Hey guys, and welcome to a random vlog I'm doing. Last week, one of the top 10 Tuesday posts was something that I really liked, and it was basically the top 10 books that you want to read this spring. They could be old books, new books, upcoming books, anything you guys want. So I thought I would do a vlog because our blog is pretty packed. It has a really tight schedule, so I'm not going to post it there. So I thought I'd do a vlog, and I'm just going to restrict it to books that are on my shelf. The only reason I'm doing that is because when my sister and I counted how many books on our shelf that we haven't read, my count was up to 130 physical books. So that's like, that's pretty scary. I know. I don't know when I'm ever going to read these books, but I'm going to try. We're on a book buying ban, and we have to read at least 5 books on our bookshelf before we buy anything. Excluding any sign events or any of that, because we kind of broke that when we went to the Marissa Meyer signing. But anyways, so I have 2 arcs, 1 library book, and 7 physical books, and I'm going to start with those ones. The first book that I want to read this spring is Out of Sight, Out of Time by Ali Carter. This is, I think it's the 5th book in the Gallagher Girls series, and I really enjoy this series more than her High Society. So I actually went to her signing and I got this signed, and that is why I actually bought this. I don't have the first 4, I think. So I'm going to read this, and it's pretty short, so why not? 2 books are books that I were given from another book blogger, so I'm gonna read those. And the first one is Fever by DeStefano. I do have this on my TBR for this month, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to read that because I got more review books and I'm reading more library books, so this might get pushed back, but not too far back. The third book that I'm reading is Sever by DeStefano. Again, this is the 3rd and final book in the Chemical Garden trilogy. I want to be done with this dystopian trilogy, which is why I want to read both of them soon. Then we have a library book, which is... Okay, the next book is a book that I have been looking for and searching for to buy for the longest time ever. But then I suddenly, randomly found it at my library, so I was pretty excited for it. And it is Audrey Wait by Benway. If you guys haven't heard of Benway, or you think her name's familiar, she's actually the author of the new book, also known as. So I have only heard good things about this book. So I really want to read it, and I'm really excited for this, but I'm not going to put my expectations that high up because I did read a recent review of a person that was in the same situation as me, and she didn't enjoy it as much as she hoped. So no high expectations here. Another book that I'm planning on reading is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I bought this at the signing. My sister has her own hardbacks and all that, so for Scarlet and Cinder, and I thought I would get my own because every single dystopian fan loved this book or this series. So I really want to read this. I'm really excited for this. Now moving on to 2 more of my physical books, and the first is a book that has been featuring on my vlogs for the longest time, and hopefully that will end soon, and it is The Evolution of Dyer by Hodkin. I am going to try to read it this month. I have 3 more review books to read this month. 1 I'm reading right now, and then I have 2 more, and if I'm done with those, I will either be reading Audrey Wait or this one, or both, if I can squeeze them both in March, and I hope that I will. So you might only get to see this one more time on my wrap-up, so cross your fingers for that. Another book that I have been dying to read ever since, even before it came out, is Origin by Jessica Khoury. Now, this book, I rarely watch trailers, but I watched its trailer, and it looks so good. Like, the story's good, the reviews were all pretty good, and it sounds like a pretty cool sci-fi / dystopian that I'm dying to read. Now, the last 2 books are review books, but nonetheless, I am really excited for both of them. And the first one is The Moon and More by Dessen. I'm hoping to read this by next month because, it's a June release. I'm probably going to read this in May because I tend to read next month's books the month before. So I'll probably read this in May, but if I can't and I have enough time, I would pick this up sooner. Sarah Dessen has written a ton of contemporary books, if you guys haven't read them. I know she wrote a ton of those books ages ago, and I liked a lot of them. Lock and Key, The Truth About Forever, there's Just Listen, there's Along for the Ride, there is That Summer, she has a lot of books, and they're all pretty good. I kind of sometimes compare her to Jennifer Eccles, even though I feel Jennifer Eccles writes more mature YA of some sorts, especially her Such a Rush book, which I loved. And this is also mature YA, by the way. Like, the protagonist, I think she's like 17 or 18, and I'm loving that. Like, I cannot wait to read this. The last book that I'm dying to read for this spring is The Ward by, what's her name? Jordana Frankel. Just admire the cover first, because that cover is beautiful. Except for that girl, because that's weird. I did not like, if the girl wasn't on this, I think the cover would be perfect. But yeah, this is, as you can see, is a post-apocalyptic novel that I love post-apocalyptic dystopian novels, and it comes out in May, so I will be reading this next month. And I read, someone that I follow on Goodreads read this and loved it, so I'm pretty excited for this one. So these are, totally forgot about these books. My sister kind of took them away to hug or something, so I didn't see them. 2 more books that I'm hoping to read very, very soon, and they are Clockwork Angel and Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. I know her, the 3rd book in this hopefully trilogy is Clockwork Princess, and it's coming out next week, and everyone's like going crazy over it and all that. So I thought, you know, I'd read this. I read City of Bones, the 1st book, and I did not like it at all. So, but my sister told me to give this trilogy series aside, because she loved this way more than City of Bones, so I will. So we'll be reading this sometime soon. And that is it. These are all the 10 books that I'll be reading, and let me guys know which book you think I should read first, because I'm still hesitant on which to pick up first. And that's it. Link me to your own awesome vlogs if you guys have any, or anything like that, and I'd love to see them. Have a nice day, guys. Bye.